Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Howard on Sports. My name is Howard, and today I want to talk about dynasties in sports. So, what makes a dynasty? I'd say you have to win three championships in maybe like 6 years, or four championships in 8 or 9 years. To me, that would be a dynasty. So, just a few examples. I'll give one example in each sport. Recently, Golden State Warriors in basketball, that's a dynasty. In football, Kansas City Chiefs, they just won three in 6 years, and they made it two other times and lost. So they've been in five of the last six Super Bowls, and they have three championships. They're a dynasty. In baseball, there haven't been any recent dynasties. The last one, I think the Giants actually won three in a pretty short period of time, so I guess they were a dynasty. But the one that it's near and dear to my heart, of course, is the Yankees, who won in 96, 98, 99, and 2000. They should have won in 2001. You could say the Red Sox were a dynasty because they won four. I have to look it up. They definitely won in '04 and '07, but then they won a couple of more. So maybe they were sort of a dynasty. You have different types of dynasties. Like in basketball, the Bulls won three, then Jordan retired, they won three more. So you could say that's two different dynasties or just one long one. The Patriots in football won three right away, then there was a break in between, and then they won three more. So again, you could say it's one big dynasty or break it up into two. So you can look at it either way. In hockey, it's been a while. I don't know if that's true. They may be one in recent times, but I don't follow hockey well enough to know. I'd have to look that up. But I know definitely in the early 80s, the Islanders won four in a row. So they were a dynasty. Then the Edmonton Oilers won a bunch right after that. So it was back-to-back dynasties. But the question is, the teams now, in this day and age, are there any dynasties that are about to happen? Well, the Dodgers could be a dynasty. They won a championship in 2020, but that was the COVID season, so it was kind of like not really taken seriously. But last year, they beat the Yankees, as I painfully know, and they have a great roster. And, I think they could easily win another couple of World Series in the next several years. So they could win three World Series in 6 years. So they could be a dynasty. The Boston Celtics could definitely be a dynasty coming up because they won last year. They have, to me, I think they have the best roster in the NBA. They're the favorite to win it this year. And if they win it this year, back to back, now you're talking they only have to win one more in 4 years. So the Celtics have a pretty good chance to become a dynasty. And then the Eagles, I don't know. The Eagles were so good last year, and they have a phenomenal roster, very talented, and their GM always seems to get the best players, and he keeps the roster turning over, he keeps it fresh, and he always has good talent. And as long as Saquon doesn't blow out his knee, and Jalen Hurts is not a phenomenal quarterback, but he's steady back there. The offensive line is great. The defense is great. They could be a dynasty. Now, again, I can't speak for hockey because I'm not an expert in that, but those other three sports, we may have dynasties in the making in all three sports. It's possible. So my last question is, do you like dynasties? I may have asked this question in a previous video, but I'll ask it again. Is it exciting to see a phenomenal team, a historically good team? Or would you rather a different team win it every year? Would that make things more interesting? Dynasties can get boring after a while, but I still think they're kind of cool. I like to see a great team that you just sit back and say, wow, incredible. You really appreciate how they play so well together and all that talent. But there does come a time, I remember the video now, it was about the Kansas City Chiefs. And I said, "Are you sick of the Kansas City Chiefs?" And a lot of people are sick of them. And after a while, the same team winning over and over and over can get boring. But so I don't know. I don't know how most of you feel about it, but I think definitely the Dodgers, as a Yankee fan, I don't want to see them become a dynasty, but I could see it happening. The Eagles, same thing. As a Giants fan, I don't want to see that. As far as the Celtics, I sort of don't care. I mean, I'd like to see the Knicks win. I'd love to see the Nets win, but that's not happening. So I'd say if the Celtics end up being a dynasty, so be it. But I really would like to see the Knicks win, but I doubt it's going to happen.